Dear Azusa Unified School District, my name is Fabian Hernandez. I'm sure by now a lot of AUSD staff and AHS staff knows me by name. You also may know my accomplishments. I feel the need to include this because I want to establish myself as a credible speaker. From what I am seeing right now, a lot of the thoughts and opinions from seniors are being overlooked by a lot of staff. Maybe because we are just dumb high schoolers? I don't know. You would think that AUSD staff members would want to listen to our feedback to run the schools better, but that has not been apparent in the last few weeks. That being said, I know that most of the ideas that would be expressed in this video are shared by a lot of seniors. When it was first announced that we would be closing schools, a lot of us thought that we would only stay in quarantine for 2 weeks at most. But as soon as it was announced that we would have to spend the rest of our senior year at home, I became worried. At first, I became worried because I knew that the way this district handles a lot of things, they don't really handle it in the smartest of ways. The first day of online classes were introduced, it was pretty bad. A lot of the teachers had a lack of experience when it came to the Google Classroom. I don't really blame the teachers though. The district sort of put all the work on the teachers to resume classes and gave them no sort of training nor guidance. And if they did, they gave them very little. Another point that everyone was puzzled by was the fact that they specifically announced that our grades could only improve. To anyone that has even the slightest bit of common sense, this means that if you had straight A's before we went into quarantine, you shouldn't have to worry about anything, right? Since our grades can't drop. So why did the school district keep calling parents informing them that their students did not attend class that morning? Sure, I understand that schools still want their students attending classes and learning new material instead of just becoming lazy at home and losing routine. But why even mention the fact that our grades cannot drop if classes will still be necessary? I've seen a lot of other high schools letting their mediocre grade students graduate and letting their other students catch up during this time. So why couldn't AUSD? This is just a minor fact I wanted to discuss. This next point is the reason why so many students have been disappointed with our school district. Senior activities. Me personally, I was not worried that I would miss out on our senior activities. But I was struck with a bit of remorse when I knew that a lot of my friends were excited about these events. Prom, grad night, and most importantly, graduation. Again, I sort of predicted that the school district would not have the best solutions to satisfy their seniors. They sort of left the seniors out when planning what to do with these senior activities. Sure, they did send out a survey asking seniors what they would be interested in doing, but I'm pretty sure only a fraction of the class even knew what the survey was and actually completed it. Then came the meetings. There were 2 meetings that were supposedly going to be talking about our graduation. The first one was a Google Meet with the principal and the vice principal of Azusa High School. Everyone thought that it would be a meeting for seniors, so we would just talk about graduation and other events, right? Nope. For a majority of the meeting, we talked about literally everything else but graduation. They showed us a dumb video showing where most of the seniors were going and told us about the teacher of the year. I ended up leaving the meeting early because I did not want to waste any of my time listening to what they had to say if it wasn't going to be about graduation. But apparently, they barely talked about graduation for 10 to 15 minutes. The next meeting was a board meeting held by Azusa Unified School District. Again, I thought that they would have the meeting to talk about the options that seniors have for graduation. But again, they ended up talking about other things, other than the actual issue at hand. What were they discussing, you might be thinking? Well, they were discussing how good our superintendent, Linda Kaminsky, is. I kid you not. And this is where I have to stop and talk about her for a second. I think Linda Kaminsky is a pretty decent superintendent. We have to admit that she has done some good for our district. But the way they talk about her, and it made it seem like she's done so much good for this district, when in reality, the credit goes to us, the students, and our families. Another problem that I have with the superintendent is the raises she always receives. Don't get me wrong, if she is working hard and making a significant change in the district, then she should deserve it. But let's be honest, some of us have been part of this district for our whole academic careers. I don't know if this is just a personal thing, but I haven't seen much change in the district. I've only seen change in individual schools caused by individual people. So does Linda Kaminsky really deserve these raises? Also, what superintendent would want raises when she knows that her district is quote unquote struggling with money? If I had $1 for every time I was told that a problem cannot be fixed because we don't have enough money, I'd probably have enough money to fix those problems. I'll never forget when a football coach called out Mrs. Kaminsky for this exact reason, getting multiple raises despite the district having a lack of funds. And what was her response? Nothing. Complete silence. She had nothing to say to that comment. I wonder why. I just cannot comprehend why, quote unquote, an amazing superintendent can ask for more raises when the district keeps telling the students we don't have enough money, to the point that we had to shut down schools. Or has that been a lie also? Think about it. Are we actually as poor of a district as they make it out to be? There was a parent meeting talking about senior graduation. One mom mentioned custom 2020 t-shirts for all the seniors. She got the response of, we don't have enough money for that. Really? We really don't have enough money to do something as simple as giving some shirts to our seniors? What about the money that we would have spent on graduation? Or prom? Or literally any of the activities that were canceled this year? I mean, for gosh sake, they would even give the whole school t-shirts for the Renaissance rally. But we don't have enough money for t-shirts for our seniors that have been working hard for 12 years just to have all the rewards taken away? I'm sorry, but if you think a freaking poster that sits outside our lawn is enough, you are sadly mistaken. Look, AUSD board members and AHS staff, it is not hard to please our seniors. We are willing to wait for graduation. We are willing to wait for a prom. And even if we weren't, there are better options than a virtual graduation. I mean, there are so many examples of other schools who are doing extremely better things than you are doing right now. Your claim that we don't know what to do because it is a difficult time is not an excuse anymore. A major problem that AUSD has had these past few years is declining attendance. Now I understand why. There are extremely better school districts around us, and to be honest, I would not even send my future students to this district. I hear so many teachers complaining about the district and hope for change. But what can they do? The district turns the shoulder when people come out and criticize them. One teacher even left because he wanted to create a change in Azusa High School, but was denied multiple times. Before I close off, I want everyone to know that I was chosen to speak at our graduation. And if for some reason they decide to choose someone else instead of me after this video, you will know that they are just trying to silence anyone who speaks against them. Azusa Unified School District, this is your chance to respond and make everything better. Good luck, because you're going to need it.